Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're gonna be going over my top drawer from my IKEA 5-drawer set, and this is going to be probably the prettiest of my drawers and one of the most exciting ones. So this is going to be my lipstick drawer. So I've been doing over the course of all this year a little bit of a collection slash mini declutter, and I always say mini declutter because I'm realistic that I don't get rid of a lot of things, but I still have been, you know, on this plan that I want to do collections and show you specific things in my makeup collection. We've already done a couple of categories, and today is gonna be probably one of the most exciting, as I really love lipstick. You can probably tell I have a ton of things right here. I know that I'm gonna get rid of a couple of these things. It's not gonna be a massive declutter, but I do want to get rid of some older things. Anyway, hi, if you're new here, my name is Rita and I talk all about makeup, beauty, and I love to do reviews on new products and bags. So if that sounds like something you're interested, definitely consider subscribing. Just hit this little red button and be sure to also hit the bell so you get notified every time that I post. So here is the first top drawer for my Alex unit from IKEA. This is where the majority of my lipsticks live, but I do have a couple of others. I'm gonna show you real quick. I'm gonna try to do this slowly, but on the very top, well, I've got some my tea right there, but I do have a couple of lipsticks. The majority of them are gonna live there in that drawer, but I have some here, just random Charlotte Tilbury and just other random brands. And then on the very top right there, you can see my Lisa Eldridge collection. Most of them are there. I think I have a couple, maybe 2 or 3 that are on the very back right there. That's where I keep the other bulk of Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, but as a whole, this is the only 2 spaces, I guess, where I keep them, which are gonna be on my vanity displayed like you see them, and down here on my IKEA set. So we're going to concentrate on the IKEA drawer first because that's where I do want to get rid of some of the lipsticks. Everything that you see out here in display is going to stay. I love all of these lipsticks and they are relatively new compared to some that I have in the drawer. So these are just my beloved Charlotte Tilbury, Lisa Eldridge, and a couple of others from different brands that I have very few that I love, and I have them on display because they are the ones that I use the most. If you're new to my channel, you probably don't know this, but I have switched to cruelty-free makeup exclusively around a year and a half ago. So if you see, and you will be seeing, a lot of lipsticks that are not cruelty-free in this video. Prime example, we've got a ton of MACs right here. That being said, on the very corner, the very first lipsticks, you can see them a little bit better if I pull them out. I've got a couple of Tom Ford, 3 of those. I've got 3 YSL lipsticks. I'm not really gonna go over this because I don't really want to talk about them, and also because I'm not gonna be getting rid of them, not just yet. And then we've got 4, if I can grab them, 4 Gucci lipsticks. So all of these are staying, but again, we won't talk about them. One that I do want to mention, because I'm gonna be getting rid of it, is gonna be this Pat McGrath. So this is a pretty expensive lipstick and it is basically brand new. As you can tell, since I bought it, I hated it. I don't know why I didn't return it. I love the packaging, it's very, very beautiful, but even the packaging doesn't seem like too expensive for the price tag. But just forgetting about the packaging, the actual lipstick is really bad. This is a matte formula. The shade that I've got is in the shade Christy, and it just accentuates every single one of my lines in my lips and make them look super ugly. So this one is going to go for sure. So once I remove the lipsticks on the top, we get some liquid lipsticks, which I used to love. You can probably tell I have a lot of them, but I don't use them as much anymore. These ones though, the NYX or NYX, are very, very comfortable on the lips. I really, really love them. I have a ton of colors and I still gravitate towards this from time to time. I have anywhere from nude, pinks to darker lips. I just love them so much, so I wouldn't get rid of them. One liquid lipstick that I never really cared for the formula is gonna be this one by Too Faced. This one is the Melted Matte. and I'm gonna get rid of it because I just never grab it, like never grab this. It's just pretty old and I never liked it to begin with. And then I have 3 of my favorite cream lipsticks. I don't really want to call these liquid lipsticks. They are very similar in formula to the NYX, as they are a kind of like softer cream matte lip. They go on very smooth, and I have 3 of those. I love them, and I do see myself purchasing a couple more colors from her line at some point, but for now I am content with the 3 shades that I have. And then I have 4 Sephora liquid lipsticks. I'm not gonna talk about them, but they're there. And then some that I really also used to love the formula are the Kat Von D. I've got 4 full-sized, and then 1 mini in a more kind of like purpley toned lipstick. So I really like them, and I don't use them as much just in general because I don't like that super matte lip anymore, but they are a very great formula. This was probably my favorite formula from liquid lipsticks ever. Highly recommend them if you're into liquid lipsticks. Take a look at Kat Von D. She has a ton of shades and very, very stunning, long lasting, and they look amazing on the lips. I opened the drawer a little bit more. We have maybe like a couple of little minis, and then 2 lipsticks here, and then a lip liner that I'm gonna be keeping. The lipsticks, one of them is by Marc Jacobs in the shade Georgie Girl. I don't particularly like this formula a lot. This matte is also kind of odd. I feel like it's also the shade. I'm gonna keep it for now because I do use it from time to time with a lip gloss on top. By itself, I don't like how it looks on my lips, but it's still a very pretty pink. So I'm gonna be keeping that. Then we've got 2 minis, one from Charlotte Tilbury and one from Dior. And then lastly here, just random, I've got a NARS lipstick. The only reason why I keep it is because it's a red lipstick with my name. So the name of this lipstick is actually called Rita. So yeah, pretty sentimental. It's pretty red, of course. I love red lipsticks. If you didn't know, it is my favorite shade to wear. But I don't wear it as much anymore, in general, red lipstick. But it was my favorite lipstick, and probably still is. Just red is my color. Okay, then we've got here on this section a little acrylic container full of glosses. I don't use as much lip gloss, I'm gonna be honest, but I somehow have a ton of them. There we go. So, oops. I also have a little sharpener for my lip liners and eyeliners. So from here, I have a variety. The majority are gonna be from Fenty. I did buy this in a past holiday collection. So I've got 4 minis, and I've got 2 full sizes of the Fenty, a Tower 28, a beautiful lip oil from Rare Beauty, and then 2 very stunning lip glosses from Melissa Eldridge, and then I've got here an NYX. There is one that I know for sure I wanna get rid of. I just need to move them around because it has a funny smell. So where is it? Oh, here we go. So this one from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Pillow Talk. It has developed a very funky smell that was definitely not there. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this one, and you can also tell that it is kind of like separated, so it's just gross at this point, so it's gonna go away. I think for lip gloss, that's the only one that I'm getting rid of. I do like the rest. I've got a couple of non-cruelty free, but the rest are going to be from brands that I really like Fenty. So the rest are just gonna stay. We just got rid of 1 lip gloss. I'm actually also going to be getting rid of this one. It's just a random by a brand called Artistry. My mother-in-law gave it to me a while ago, but it also has kind of like a weird funny smell. So I opened it and it kind of smelled funny. So I'm just gonna get rid of it as well. So that makes 2 lip glosses that we got rid of. On the back here, I have another of the same acrylic container with just a random drugstore lipsticks. I've got a ton of Revlon, some Rimmel, and a NARS. So for sure, I know I have to get rid of this Rimmel. It is super old, and I've had it for so many years that I know it's not hygienic for me to keep it. So I'll be getting rid of that one. I did used to like that color, but it's not important at this point. It is pretty old. And then the Revlons, I'll have to go over them, but I think I'm gonna be keeping all of them. On the very bottom, I've got more NYX lipsticks that I really, really love. They're the butter lipsticks. I don't think they make them anymore, but if you can find them, I highly recommend. They are very smooth, soft, hydrating, and give you a good amount of pigment. They are pretty good. Then here we've got some random brands, and then another random brand, and in the back I have a couple of chopsticks, Burt's Bees, and just some lip, kind of like more lip butter kind of things. And then here I have another Rimmel lipstick that I've also had for some time. I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile because it is also pretty old. So I'll see if I want to get rid of this in a minute. On the very back, I have this cardboard container that I probably just reused. And I've got a variety of like little mini sample size lipsticks. I have to go through all of those, but I think I'm gonna be keeping the mini sizes. Then I've got here this lipstick that I used to really like from Revlon. I am going to be keeping just one, which is going to be this one. I bought it years ago, probably like 6 years ago, but I really like the color and it was recommended by Leanne here on YouTube, Leanne Says. So I keep it as kind of like also a little bit of a memory, and I do love the color a lot. But I'll be getting rid of two of these color bursts, a red, and then this bright orange or pink. I'm gonna get rid of both of this. They are pretty old. And then we've got another that's very, very old. This one is from, I believe, Revlon. I think these are called the Whispers. And although it doesn't have a weird smell, you can tell that I almost finished this lipstick. It is a pretty red, but it is super old. I've probably had this lipstick for like 8 to 10 years. That's insane. So I'm gonna get rid of it. This one from Sephora, it's a very pretty color in the tube, but it never really dries up to like a real liquid lipstick, so I never cared for it, so I'm gonna just straight up get rid of it. Okay, we are back after Romulus's little episode. So I do have here another mini from Sephora. This is a liquid lipstick I'm gonna be getting rid of. This is just like a color I would never use, so I am going to toss that to the trash. And then lastly, I've got two mini lip glosses. Honestly, I never wear them. Like I was mentioning earlier, I barely use gloss, and when I do, I have other minis from Fenty that I love, so no need for these ones to be in my drawer. So we're almost done with this video, and now let's start with my MAC lipsticks. Like I was mentioning, of course, this is not cruelty-free. MAC is not cruelty-free. So I haven't bought them in a very long time. They do keep a very special place in my heart because these lipsticks were the first ones that I was kind of like introduced to as higher end lipsticks. So my very first expensive lipsticks that I ever bought were MAC. And whenever I started, I just wanted to have them all. So I kind of like started collecting them little by little whenever I had a little bit of money, and it was just like my prized possession. Kind of like what now my Lisa Eldridge and my Charlotte Tilbury are. That's what these were back in the day. So it's gonna be a little bit hard to kind of like determine which ones I want to get rid of just because of that sentimental reason. But I know for sure one that I do not like, and since, again, one of those lipsticks that since I bought it, I didn't like how it looked on me. This one is from the, I believe this is like the powder lipsticks. These ones were not that old, maybe like 3 years old. This one is a very pretty pink, but it never looked good on me. It's one of those lipsticks that kind of like also accentuate all my lines, so never a good look. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. I'll put it aside and see if my mom likes it. Maybe it'll look different on her skin tone, on her lips. Just on me, it did not work. I'm not really gonna go over the shades that I have because, again, I don't recommend them and I don't want people to like them. Like whenever I show them, like, oh, that color is pretty, I would want to get it, because I do not recommend anything that's not cruelty free. But I will be going over the ones that I'm considering getting rid of. It's gonna be, of course, the one that we just mentioned, the Powder Kiss, and then I've got here 4 of them. I'm gonna get off camera for a second, I'm gonna swatch them, and then I'm gonna make a decision. All of these are going to be bright pinks, and I have beautiful bright pinks from Lisa Eldridge that I don't think I need so many bright lipsticks, especially pink. Okay, so I am back after swatching those lipsticks. I'm gonna be keeping 2 of them. So I am getting rid of 2, and I'll just share with you the ones that I got rid of. So this one is Relentlessly Red, which was literally like an OG classic from back in the day on YouTube. It's extremely dry. It's the retro matte formula, so these lipsticks are just insanely dry, and I literally could not even apply it on my lips. That's how bad it is. So that's gonna go. And then also another super popular and very famous on YouTube. I feel like everyone had this lipstick. So this is Candy Yum Yum. And well, it is a very beautiful color. It's the matte formula. and it's not the best. It also cracks on my lips and it looks odd. And I have another lipstick from another non-cruelty free brand that is very similar in tone, so I don't want to have two of them the same since I honestly barely use this shade, so one of them is gonna be more than enough. So ended up getting rid of 3 MAC lipsticks, which doesn't seem like a lot, but again, since they are pretty sentimental, that is a pretty good deal to me. I love that I'm getting rid of 3. That same thought in mind that I have another lipstick that is similar. I do have this Revlon one in the shade Siren, which is a pretty orange, like straight up orange lipstick. I have another from another non-cruelty free brand that it's basically an orange, the same and very similar. So here they are. So this is the other one that I have and this is the Revlon one. I honestly barely ever use either one. Like orange lipstick is not something that I gravitate towards a lot. I love red orange, but like straight up orange lipsticks, I don't use that much. So I really don't find the need to have both of them. And this one up here, which is just, I'm just gonna say it's just a Gucci brand or a Gucci lipstick. I've had it like, that was one of the last lipsticks that I bought before I turned cruelty free. So it's definitely fresher than this one from Revlon that I've had for years and years. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this Revlon as well. So I found yet another very similar dupe. This one is a Maybelline that I've had. This is insulting if I even say out loud how long I've had this lipstick for, but anywhere between 10 to 15 years. I'm not even joking. So this has to be in the trash, but I refuse to because I love the color. It's a very stunning lipstick. And then it got me thinking, that looks similar. Let me see if I can find a dupe. And of course I could. So this is the Revlon one. No, I'm lying. This is the Revlon one, and this is the dupe that I found. So for a lipstick that I also don't use as much, I don't need nearly the same shade. So it is very slightly different, but honestly, who's gonna tell once you have it on the lips? So I'm going to finally part with this lipstick. It is more than enough time that I've had it for, and it's definitely been expired for years. So sadly, this is gonna go. And I say sadly because this was one of my favorite lipsticks way back in the day. Okay, so I did what I was not planning on doing, but I'm glad I did, which I went on and tried more lipsticks, and I narrowed it down and I got rid of a couple more that I'll show you in a minute. But here is a quick kind of like overview of the drawer. I did get rid of some of these liquid lipsticks. I'll show you in a minute. But now I put them on the very front, the non-cruelty free ones, and then on the bottom we still have the NYX like they were. They're just down there. And then I did get rid of one of the Sephora, and then I've got my Rare Beauty and the Kat Von D. So they're all still here. I know where they are, so it doesn't bother me that I can see them because I know exactly where they are. So now we can move on to the back section. I'll show you real quick and then we'll go on to the declutter ones. So I was able to add 2 more lipsticks that were just hanging around loose to this little set, acrylic set, after I got rid of a couple of MAC lipsticks, which makes me happy because now I don't have anything just hanging around except for these 2 little mini refresher, I guess, or refillable lipsticks. And then lip gloss looks basically the same. I know I didn't get rid of much, but I got rid of 2 of them, but it's still pretty full. This is something that I probably have to revisit maybe in like 6 months because it's still a lot of lip gloss that again I don't use as much. And then on the very back, I'm gonna move this for a second. Here is the random NYX lipsticks on the bottom, Revlons, and then a Milani. So this one remained almost the same, but I did get rid of a couple. And then lastly, we've got this little, the cardboard one with all the minis. I basically kept all the minis and I just got rid of 2 of these ones and kept only 1. So this is looking kind of empty, which I love. Here's the drawer. I am very pleased with it. I like that it's a little more breezy and that there's nothing like just randomly hanging. So now let's move on to everything that I decluttered. So here is everything that I am getting rid of. I am honestly very pleasantly surprised with myself and very impressed because I feel like I did a pretty decent job. This is probably the biggest declutter that I've done. So, not to be dramatic and toot my own horn, but I think this was amazing. So liquid lipsticks, I got rid of 2 full sizes and then 2 minis. And then this is kind of like a hybrid between a lipstick and a liquid lipstick, but I put it in this category. So total, we've got 5 liquid lipsticks, if you can include this as basically a lipstick. Then we got rid of these 2 Revlon Color Burst. I guess these are like a balm lipstick. And then we've got rid of 4 lip glosses, 2 full sizes, and then 2 minis. So here are all of the bullet lipsticks that I'm getting rid of. I feel like a couple of these I can gift, and then the others I'm just gonna put in the trash because they're really disgusting at this point and more than expired. But from here to here, we've got drugstore, and then Marc Jacobs all the way over there. We've got high-end. I was a little surprised that I got rid of this Marc Jacobs, but I tried it on and I realized that I'm not gonna use it. It does not look good on my skin tone. It is very light. It's a beautiful shade and I loved it. But it's similar to those lipsticks that just give all of the lines, like show all of the lines on my lips, and they just don't look good. Similar to this one, but of course, oops. The formula on this one is just horrible, but you can tell, I think I'm kind of like maybe thinking that this kind of color just does not work with my skin tone and my lips, because this one is not matte and it still looks bad. So I don't know. It's a lot of lipsticks that I got rid of and I am definitely proud. Finally, I'm gonna show you real quick the lipsticks that I showed at the beginning. Just, I don't know, I'll probably mention a couple of them. So in this beautiful antique little lipstick holder, I have what I would think are some of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks. I do have one of my favorites back here, which is Karina's Star. But I keep it in the back because it does not fit in these smaller holes. So it is super, super pretty. It is one of my favorite colors ever. But in general, Charlotte Tilbury formulas are absolutely stunning. I recommend it to everyone. They are pricey, but I think they are definitely worth the money. Either if you buy the regular lipsticks or the hot lipsticks. I think Hot Kiss, I think they are all stunning. My favorite formula from hers is going to be her Kissing, which is basically like a satin formula. Very comfortable on the lips, very hydrating, very pigmented, just 10 out of 10. Her mattes are also very, very stunning. But if we're talking about mattes, I honestly love and prefer my my Lisa Eldridge. Lisa has the best matte lipsticks ever. I really love them. So as you can tell, every time she comes with a collection, I buy most of them. At the beginning, I was buying all of them when she was releasing 3, 4 at a time. But this time around, she released, I believe, 7 new shades. So that was just not going to be possible. Then here we have a smaller little acrylic holder for lipsticks. I have the majority gonna be Charlotte Tilbury. I have more Lisa Eldridge than I have Charlotte Tilbury. So the ones that I have in the middle are just random brands that I don't have a lot of them. And then 2 Lisas here in the back. So all around are Charlotte Tilbury, like I was mentioning. And then in this little or smallest acrylic container, I keep the rest of the Charlotte Tilbury that don't fit in my antique lipstick holder. And then the middle just has random lipsticks and then 2 Lisas on the back. This is going to be a non-cruelty free lipstick, but this was my wedding lipstick. It's from Lancome. That's why I keep it here in the middle. It is one of my favorite lipsticks and will always be. Again, because of sentimental reasons, but I do not support this brand. Nor I would recommend you to buy anything that's not cruelty free. And in the middle also I have the 2 only Besame lipsticks. Both of them are red, one more coral, one red. And then lastly, on the top on display, I have 2 Merit lipsticks, which one of them is actually in my bag. Millennial Pink, that's where it lives because it's one of my favorites and go-to lately. But here I have Cabo, and the reason why I keep them on top of being some of my favorite satin formula, it is very, very hydrating on the lips and they are perfect for every day. This one is the more red, beautiful shade, and these ones were gifted to me and PR by Merit, so I absolutely love them. That's gonna conclude today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like always, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Just hit this little red button that says subscribe. Be also sure to hit the bell so you get notified every time that I post, and let me know if you're interested in watching any more videos related to my lipsticks, anything more specific. I couldn't really go through every single lipstick today because that was going to take hours and I don't think anyone really wants to watch that. But if you're interested in anything specific, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!